Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Here's a live look from our Valley Skycam, and in your lower right corner, you can see drivers making it home before significant snowfall begins to fall.
Many of you have some important travel plans this weekend, whether it be for deer hunting openers or heading to Brookings, South Dakota for the Big Bison game.
So let's go right to Hutch to find out how much snow we may see tonight and where.
Well, for some areas, significant amounts of snow is likely to fall. Here's a look from Bismarck. Out to the west, we have some bands of snow continuing to be persistent heading into the evening hours. Here's the latest. On the radar, we see the deep blue colors along Highway 200 and also out west approaching the Devil's Lake area heading into the evening hours. Southern Grand Forks County seeing a pretty healthy dose of snow as well. Much of the snow in the Southern Valley falling apart there. Fargo, Ellendale, Detroit Lakes right in a lull, and it may stay a lull for the better part of the evening. But Southern Grand Forks County, northern parts of Griggs, Steele, and Trail County seeing some heavy and rapidly accumulating snow. As our viewers out to the west, more moving your way. Down farther south in South Dakota, Sisseton and points between there and Watertown, some accumulating snow on the highways there. Here is a quick look at the Sisseton Department of Transportation camera right there. Some coating on the roads, slippery conditions between here and your Brookings travel. I have an update on how much we'll expect with our second round of snow coming up this weekend here in a moment.
All right, look forward to that, I think. Thanks,
Right,
Hutch.
yeah.
We mentioned the Bison fans heading to Brookings tomorrow, but there are many other drivers who will be trying to avoid slippery roads here in the metro.
Crews on both sides of the river say they're ready for the impact of the impending snowfall, especially around a highly traveled stretch of Interstate 94. Valley News Team's Molly Casey joins us live from the I-94 bridge with more. Molly?
Andrea and Mike, crews began work last night to update the de-icing system that runs underneath the Red River Bridge along I-94, which is one of the iciest spots that forms in the Fargo metro area. Now, I spoke with Jeremy Morkey of the Minnesota Department of Transportation, and he said some of those updates include replacing lines, replacing the computer system that runs that entire system, and replacing some of the sprinkler heads that spray the chemicals on the road. Now, these replacements are going to be occurring not only last night, tonight, maybe a few nights in the future, but he said it shouldn't take too long and it shouldn't impact traffic too much either. Now, later tonight, I will bring you more information as to what those updates are and what you should expect for the safety of the roads in the coming months over the winter. Now, I'm out here on the I-94 bridge where it's a little bit chilly, but so far traffic isn't all too bad. So I'll toss it back to you all in the studio.
All right, thanks so much, Molly, for that live report. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so that you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so that you can plan your day. All you have to do is search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free.
HIV and AIDS cases are increasing in the area. In 2016, North Dakota saw a spike in new diagnoses.
And it was Cass County that had the most new cases. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz looked into the cause for the rise and where the numbers are at now.
In 2015, we saw about 27 newly diagnosed cases of HIV or AIDS, and then in 2016, we saw 50 cases.
Brendan Niesemeyer, an epidemiologist at the North Dakota Department of Health, says though the numbers are not large, the increase has been steady throughout the state since 2013. And last year, the number of newly diagnosed patients jumped 66%. Particularly, Cass County had more new diagnoses than any other county in North Dakota, at 15. Niesemeyer says the rise can be attributed to population growth.
We have a lot more people living here than we did 3-4 years ago.
In 2016, 42% of the newly diagnosed HIV or AIDS patients were born in a foreign country.
We're seeing a higher population of people who are from HIV endemic areas moving to North Dakota, where this may be their first time that they've ever been tested.
Sanford Medical Center's Dr. Dubert Guerrero says the high number is unique to North Dakota.
With all the risk factors, IV drug use, homelessness, and all that, we don't have that much here. I mean, we do have our fair share of IV drug users and that population, but we also get a lot of patients who are actually already diagnosed or were diagnosed by the time they actually get to our country.
But he says it's fortunate HIV patients can get proper care here in the U.S.
They get resources here, they get all the help and health care here, and we provide that for them. regardless of who they are, where they're from.
Other reasons for the increase include more self-reporting of IV drug use and more people getting tested.
We encourage people to be aware of their status, but if they're going to engage in risky behavior, seek out to your primary care doctor or infectious disease doctor about going on PrEP, which is your anti-HIV medicine. We encourage that with the use of condoms.
Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
Well, that report specifically looked at Cass County and North Dakota. On the Minnesota side, according to the Department of Health, the state saw a 41% increase in HIV and AIDS cases since 2015, and diagnoses among injection drug users increased over the last 2 years.
A traffic stop near Fargo led to 2 arrests and the discovery of more than $100,000 worth of pot by the North Dakota Highway Patrol. State troopers found 70 pounds of marijuana in a car that they pulled over on I-94 Wednesday afternoon. The driver, Jacob Ward, and the passenger, Christopher Bianiak, are both from California. Both were arrested on felony drug charges.
A Jamestown man will be spending 22 years in federal prison for child porn charges. 56-year-old Alexander McManus entered a guilty plea to several counts of child porn. Police in Jamestown started the investigation after a child reported McManus had been sexually abusing her since a young age. His wife told police she found a cell phone with child pornography images hidden behind the refrigerator in their home. McManus was also ordered to pay $300 to the Crime Victims Fund and $2,500 to the victim.
It's Friday, time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say this man, Michael Schaefer, is wanted on a probation violation for felony drug charges. Call your local law enforcement agency if you have any information on his whereabouts.
We now know the name of a Minnesota man who died in a crash in Otter Tail County. 71-year-old Kenneth Dunker from Henning was pronounced dead at the scene. The crash happened Wednesday morning when a vehicle driven by 22-year-old Marissa Roden lost control of her vehicle on an icy road, drifted over the center line, and hit Dunker's vehicle head-on. Dunker's passenger, 74-year-old Beverly Dunker, was airlifted to Sanford Medical Hospital with life-threatening injuries. There's no update on her condition. Roden was treated and released with minor injuries.
Traffic flow is back to normal now, but it was slowed when school got out this afternoon along a busy stretch between Fargo and West Fargo. 2 pickups collided at the intersection of 36th Avenue East and Veterans Boulevard near Liberty Middle School. Investigators say that one of the pickups was trying to turn off Veterans when it was struck by the other. One of the 2 drivers was said to have minor injuries.
Fueled by the tragic loss of a young girl's life, Minnesota now sets new standards when it comes to carbon monoxide safety while boating. 7-year-old Sophia Beckler died in a tragic carbon monoxide accident on her family boat on Lake Minnetonka in 2015, and a new law aims to prevent a similar situation. Sophia's law requires marine carbon monoxide detectors and warning stickers to be on motorboats with specific features while boating on Minnesota waters. The Minnesota law passed last year. It has been receiving national attention, and officials are now saying the state has the strongest carbon monoxide laws in the nation. The law actually takes effect May 1st of next year. We have more information on Sophia's law posted on our website, valleynewslive.com.
More surprises added to a list of things to see for a Moorhead woman whose last wish is being fulfilled this weekend. We'll have details later on Valley News Live at 6.
Up next, claims of bullying within a Lakes Country high school, where the alleged victim says she's not the only one.